So, the Montreal Canadiens got shut out yesterday versus the New Jersey Devils on home ice. And I don't really want to go out there and talk about that game. I know we can, technically. I do have to say, though, I have to give a big shout out over to Big Bad Jack Hughes, who went out there and scored 2 assists on the night, helping me win my finals fantasy matchup. I barely won, folks. Thank goodness Jack Hughes had a crazy week. But unfortunately, Jacob Fowler did not get any goal support. The Canadiens scored 0 goals on Jacob Markstrom, and a lot of fans in the building who were cheering shoot every time Cole Caufield had the puck. I guess we're all walking away disappointed and just looking forward to the next Canadiens game. With that said, though, there is a follow-up conversation I wanted to have about this Devils and Canadiens game. Obviously, the fact that both of these teams played back-to-back against each other makes for some collaborative narratives, and that's exactly what Mike Montreal went out there and posted about on NHL.com 2 days ago. He had a great conversation with New Jersey Devils center Jack Hughes on the friendship he has with Cole Caufield, and how super happy he is to see his former NTDP linemate on the cusp of his 50th goal. Let's go out there and read this piece. The link is going to be in the description down below. Jack Hughes and Cole Caufield are 2 peas in a pod when it comes to American hockey history. Just thinking about what these guys were able to accomplish together, the records they were able to set as members of the U.S. National Team Development Program back in that 2018-19 season. Cole Caufield, if I am not mistaken, holds the record for most goals in the program's history. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Not too sure if it is the individual single-season goal record that he holds, because if memory serves correct, was there not a season where Austin Matthews went out there and absolutely popped the heck off? I just gotta go out there and check, man. I'm all of a sudden perked up, eyes wide open, trying to determine whether or not that is the case. Okay, Austin Matthews did not have the goal record. Cole Caufield did. And then if you go to the all-time records in NTDP goal scoring history, oh man, Cole Yzerman actually beat out Caufield. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that had happened. Oh man, that is absolutely spectacular. Jack Hughes still reigns supreme on the NTDP program in overall points, though. But that just goes to show you how crazy these guys were at producing points with each other. The NTDP in 2018-19 saw a dynamic duo of Hughes and Caufield at the top of the points list. Add on to this, the wizard with the puck, Trevor Zegras, the Swiss Army knife that was Matt Boldy, the very strong offensively minded defenseman that was Cam York, and then some of the other names as well. Alex Turcotte was a 2-way workhorse. You had Sean Farrell, who inevitably became a Canadian, Dominic Fensori, who was kind of like Lane Hudson light, and Alex Vlasic, who became the shutdown defenseman of that team. Spencer Knight was the top goalie, who obviously is a pretty good NHL goalie right here. You could very well say this was the best junior hockey team from any country, really, that was ever assembled at any time. The talent level of the guys there, plus the talent of what they ended up becoming, it's unmatched. And so for Caufield and Jack Hughes, 2 guys who ended up splitting their record-setting NTDP hockey puck, where Jack Hughes got the points record and Cole Caufield got the goal record, kind of coincidental that it happened on the same play. They split the puck in half, and obviously there is a moment for these guys to cherish for the rest of their lives. Maybe Jack Hughes gave the puck over to his father, and he's got it kept somewhere, because that's what the father Hughes apparently does. Anyways, let's actually go out there and read the article. I've been wasting too much time. Hughes is super happy to see Cole Caufield on the cusp of his 50th goal. I can't say I'm surprised, but 50 goals is a massive number in this league, so I'm definitely just impressed with what he has done and how fast he is doing it. I've been there for pretty much all the steps of his hockey career, and to see him do this, I'm super happy for him. Caufield needs one more goal to reach 50 this season, something not seen in Montreal since Stéphane Richer had 51 in 89-90. Hughes said that he and Caufield, who live minutes away from each other during the summer months, still text and chat regularly. While Caufield didn't get 50 in Montreal's 4-3 shootout win against the Devils on Saturday, Hughes will get another chance to see his former linemate hit the mark when the Devils and Canadiens play the second half of a home-and-home back-to-back Sunday at the Bell Centre in Montreal. Spoiler alert, there wasn't a goal there either. He has a knack for scoring goals, Hughes said. Then you see him off the ice, he's got big forearms. Look, obviously 50 is such a big number, but I can't say it's shocking to me because he's always been a goal-scoring machine. That checks out with the history that these guys share when they were both on the NTDP. Hughes and Caufield were part of a 2001 birth year group that scored a franchise 699 goals over 2 seasons together. I'm probably not here without him, Hughes said. Just because the impact his game had on my game in 2 of the biggest years of our hockey journey was so big. He was just a special guy in my life. I played 2 years with him at the program, and if you look at a lot of my points, they're all off of his goals. At that time in my life, he was the perfect line mate for me because I'd pass him the puck, and the puck would go into the net. The article then gives props to some of the other NTDP 2018-19 players, Boldy, Zegras, etc., etc. Hughes said he remembers how determined Caufield was at perfecting his shot. Growing up, he always had a knack for scoring. I feel like there's guys that just know how to work and score, and he's a guy that could always score 5-hole. I remember at the program, he never did it as work. He loved hockey and still loves hockey so much, but he was always working on the shot, always shooting. I remember the big thing back then was Austin Matthews coming from the program and doing the pull and drag shot, Hughes said. Everyone would stay on the ice after practice and work on the Matthews toe drag release. I'm not surprised by his scoring because he hides it well. It comes off his stick so nice, and it looks so good. Now, it's funny that the article goes out there and talks about some of the other records. Caufield holds the NTDP record for goals in a season with 72. He also tied Alex Ovechkin for most goals at a U18 World Championship tournament, helping the US win bronze back in 2019. And then you had Cole Eiserman, who had passed Caufield in total NTDP goals. Cole is one of the premier USA hockey players around, Hughes said. Obviously, we won gold, so we had the perfect lineup, but Cole Caufield had such a tremendous year. If there were more spots in the Olympic team, he deserves to be on that team, like Jason Robertson. It just so happens there are only so many guys you can take, but Cole's a guy who, down the line, will be on plenty of US national teams. Great to go out there and give some props to the guy who did not make Team USA despite being a near 50 goal scorer this year, Jack. But I gotta go out there and say, too, the camaraderie runs deep. Both of these guys had such a great connection on and off the ice that it's refreshing to see some of these comments be made and for Jack Hughes to be placed in a more superhero-esque spot. I say that tongue-in-cheek because I know that Jack Hughes has been painted as a really big villain over the past few months, and partially I'm feeling good about him too because he ended up winning me my fantasy hockey league, so I'll give him a pass today. Especially since he's talking about Cole Caufield. So with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Jack Hughes and the comments that he had made about his old buddy Cole on NHL.com as reported by Mike Montreal? Article's going to be linked in the description if you want to go out there and read this yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.